Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. Rick has no t-shirt.
Nope. That's why I need one.
Yeah, I didn't get much swag from Cisco Live this time. Normally, when you haven't got a session, you'll go down to World of Solutions, where all the vendors are, and go and get swag. All right, I'm ready whenever you are.
Why has this done this? Let's switch my view. Hold on. I don't care.
Pedals will get there as well. But yeah, I went down to World of Solutions just a couple of times, and I had reasons to go there. So I got some swag from Seven Signal.
Video's horrible.
No, it's fine to me. It's working.
But I just reset it. But it keeps getting pixelated. I gotta remove some stuff maybe.
We normally get swag from some good swag from Men and Mice, but they got bought out by Blue Cat. So
Wait, what? Men of Mice?
yeah,
Bought
it's an
by
IP
Blue
address
Cat?
management. What was that?
Bought by the Blue Cat?
Yes, they've been bought by Blue Cat.
Sounds like a horrible merger. You don't want that. That's just what the cat wants.
Blue Cat wasn't quite as generous, let's say, with their swag as Men and Mice used to be. We used to get some really nice books and like diary things. And
Do you think they mentioned that in the sale talk?
no,
They were like, all right, so our books don't look that great, but that's because George spent way too much on swag every year. So that can easily be adjusted.
but yeah, I got the Seven Signal stuff, and
course,
then I went
his name
to
was George.
look at the Rockwell Automation booth. Spoke with them. And that was about all I did in World of Solutions. I had quite a busy schedule. So I go and take my exam last Sunday. On the very first exam session, get it done. And so, in the exam room, there must have been 150, 200 computers set up to take exams. And you go in, you register, you drop all of your belongings off, and they take you to a computer, start your exam off for you, and off you go. And then when you're finished, you walk over to where the printer is. Someone there verifies your identity and hands you your transcript off the printer. So I get sat down, start my exam. It's a 2-hour exam. It starts off with five labs, which is where you take most of your time, and then the rest of it's just questions, multiple choice questions. Well, they say to take between 8 and 10 minutes for each of the labs. I was taking the 10 minutes, but I was getting them all done. And then start on the questions. Get to the end of the exam and click on End Exam. It doesn't tell you on the screen whether you've passed or not. You have to go and get the transcript. So I walk over to where the printer is and wait. And wait. Wait. And there's people that have come up after me who are getting their transcripts. Long story short, mine doesn't print out. Neither did another half dozen people around me. So we all then have to go over to the registration area. We stand there and wait for someone to come over to us. And they said, well, we can't do anything right now. You'll have to come back tomorrow. So I'm like, great. I'm stressed out. I need my transcript so I can finally relax. I need to know whether I passed or failed. So she repeated again. Yeah, they need to wait for your email or come back tomorrow. So, okay. So I don't know whether I'm going to get my email because it's on Sunday here. So I'm walking between the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Luxor because I've got a friend that's coming in. I went to see if he was registering in the Luxor, if he was getting his check-in sorted out. And, while I'm walking between, there's an Irish pub there, but right next to it is a Guinness store. So I think, well, if and when I find out whether I pass this exam or not, if I've passed, I'm going to celebrate with a Guinness Zero. So I'd walked over into the Luxor, walked up and down the check-in lines, hadn't seen him. Or what do I do now? So I walked up and down the check-in lines another time. And as I was walking back, I'd just walked past the Guinness store when I got the email, which said, "Congratulations, you passed." Sweet. So went straight back to the Guinness store, bought a Guinness Zero. They gave me a free plastic cup thing, Guinness cup, which came home with me. And went back to my room and had my Guinness Zero. And that was that done. What was that?
Not right out on the streets.
No.
You didn't want to join those folks.
And then on Tuesday, I head over to the MGM Grand. So there were Cisco Live things going on. Not only were in the Mandalay Bay where all the sessions were, but also in the Luxor and in the MGM Grand. It was it had sprawled out over 3 hotels and 3 conference centres. So the place where I was doing my speaking thing was in the MGM Grand. So on Tuesday after the keynote, I head over to the MGM Grand and get situated, find the guys that I'm working with and the Cisco guys, and get a bit of lunch and then start the session. And it went really well. And as a thank you for taking some time out of my. If you're going to use a power up, so am I. as a thank you for taking time out of my my schedule, we got a $100 gift card for the Cisco merchandise store. So I bought myself goodies.
Whenever I hear Cisco live, though, I always think of like Thong Song, but a live performance of it.
A live performance of what?
Of the Thong Song.
The
By
Thong
Cisco.
Song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one performer artist named Cisco from the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'll have to look this one up.
Although they would win that one, though. They would. I wonder if they've ever invited Cisco. And I'm surprised you don't hear it mentioned more often. People being like, so what we complete this is inviting Cisco as one of the performers.
My boss's boss, the director, was there as well, live. And Wednesday, we've gone to the Skyfall Lounge. She's on the 64th floor of the W Hotel. So you get onto the terrace there, and you actually look down on the top of the Luxor. It's pretty high up. And we're up there, and we meet up with some other people who used to work for KC. And one of them said to me, as I was getting ready to leave, one of them said, "Well, Andy, if you're ever looking for another place to work, let me know." Which I thought was pretty neat. But then my director put his arm in front of me, in between the two of us, and said, "You're not having him." I know to an extent that was done in jest, but and that meant something to me. It showed me that he values me, and appreciates my contributions. Oh, and hats. So we went to the concert Wednesday night, and we had Maroon 5 starting out for the best part 2.5 or 3 hours, and then Chainsmokers came on. I know a couple of their songs, but then headed back to the hotel. Then it was getting late, but my mission was to get 6 Cisco Live hats. One for me, one for Faith, and one for Hope, and then one each for my team leader and a couple of guys in work. These hats, I managed to get 6 hats. I mean, they just get abandoned and left all over the place. So I was walking up and down the in between all the seats, looking for abandoned hats. Eventually got 6, and that was my mission accomplished. But I deliberately travelled light so that I had room in my my checked bag for all the swag that I was going to get. Well, I hardly got any swag, but half of my bag was taken up with hats. You know, in the past, the hats that they've had have all fitted well together, or they've been fairly small, or they've been very squishy. Well, these hats were none of those. They're like cowboy hats.
Yeah.
How are you getting all the right power-ups? I mean, I've got nothing.
It's my day. Might go to the casino afterwards. go gamble with the people who obviously started last night
Mm-hmm.
and didn't realize it's morning yet.
Ooh.
That must be a horrible feeling to walk into a casino at night, get carried away, walk out and see that it's light out and be like, oh no, what did I do?
Well, I mean, you know the kind of times that I normally wake up.
Yeah.
I've been awake for quite a bit when you sent me the message this morning. So I was waking up at like 1 o'clock every morning.
To gamble?
No, I don't gamble.
Speaking of vices that you don't do, since I now work from home and my office is here, I felt it necessary to buy an espresso machine. Which has
So you need
actually
to
been,
combine your new toys and have an espresso while you're in the sauna.
yeah.
Or have you done that already?
No, I don't. I mean, it would stay warm. Sure. The last thing I want is an espresso in the sauna. I have a feeling. Although the sauna has definitely the same. It is amazing how the adaptation comes along because, like, I'll sweat, but now it's like there's a hard line. Like I start at 20 minutes. By like 16 minutes left, it's definitely like over 150. So that's when the real sauna starts. Almost think I might have to switch to like 25 minutes altogether. But so I get 15 minutes of good sauna, but then pretty much for the last 5 minutes is when the sweat just comes out of nowhere. Between like
Hey there, Harold.
10 minutes, counting down from 10 minutes to 5 minutes, I don't feel hot anymore for some reason. And then, even though it's like 170, and then for the last 5 minutes, it's not as, I don't suffer as bad as I used to. Like, usually the alarm goes off and I'm like, the timer goes off and I'm surprised it's over.
Huh. Nice to see you too, Harold. Nice to see you, nice. There's a
Need to get on.
Brucey thing. Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce.
Are we ready for 500 XP?
Sure. I'll take it. I have become very far behind many folks in my moving up the level ranks.
I can't quite read it. What level are you at?
105. Just started it.
You see, you're
Yeah,
still
we're
ahead
about-
of me. We're about the same as far as progress bar goes. I'm a little bit behind you, but
our entire thing looks the same. What's going on?
I'm at
You've
104.
done 9.4 kilometers, 109 meters, 18 minutes.
Well, fancy that, seeing as we've just ridden the same route together.
My heart rate's a little lower. You weren't in the sauna in Vegas, were you?
No, I wasn't. I definitely didn't do a sauna. I didn't do anything other than walk a lot. I averaged 10 miles a day walking.
Nice. That's a lot. That's pretty much what I did last week. I did a couple walks. And
Oh. Harold
I did
says
about
that
6 miles now. I was definitely done.
Harold says that starting tomorrow, you noticed on Zwift Hacks that there's double XP 45-minute rides every hour tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m.
Huh.
What are they called, Harold?
Are they called double XP rides?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to Maria or somebody.
Okay,
Yeah, Maria
Maria sounds good.
over there.
Literally
Over there on
called
the
double XP.
side screen.
Haha.
Yes.
All right, we'll hunt
I
those
thought
out.
maybe it might. I thought it might be too much of a wild guess to be like double XP every half an hour rides, but I was right with half of that.
That's a good place to stop as well. I've got 10 kilometers in on the nose.
Yeah, so I think I have my setup now. This is my first time riding on Zwift since I set up my office, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. It's nice. This is actually way better setup than I had before. And I just
Maria, did
the
you
only
go with?
the one on Jarvis Seaside Spring.
Okay.
The only issue I have is that I have to move my trainer out of the way, and I have them on top of some OSB that I also have to find a place to house it so it's not just sitting out looking like garbage, looking like random construction material in my house.
It is random construction material in your house.
It definitely is, but I don't want it to look like that, you know?
Well, we joined at just the right time. We've just done the descent, so no ascent for me.
Did I tell you about what I did for my office? I'm pretty psyched. I mean, this is probably just a normal setup for most people that work from home or game or anything, but I have like the curved gaming monitors.
Okay. I often wondered what would happen if you got enough of those curved gaming monitors to create a ring around you.
That would be amazing. And I kind of, well, I mean, I don't have that, I guess, but like, I do. I know, like, all the people who are training. Right on. Some of them were like, they were talking about, yeah, if you get extra monitors, that helps out with this job because you definitely have a lot of different tabs open when you're working.
Yeah.
And stuff that you need to look at the same time to save time. And copy and paste is your best friend in this. And the search bar, the Control F search is also your best friend in this job. But but yeah, so then I was like, well, I have 5 screens. Because I also have Twitch up over here on this one, that where my laptop, my MacBook set up, and then I have one monitor, which for some reason it's now, I guess it's the same size as those monitors. But so then I have this one that every so often I look over at. But if you include my laptops, I have 5 screens.
Right on. Well, after an hour and a half yesterday morning, Harold, my rear hated me after a week off. There you go. Have another ride on.
Right on. I wonder if I can do this. I direct your attention over here. Then there it is. You can kind of see it, except for there's light behind it. But yeah, that's my whole. It's hard to see. There we go, kind of. Woo. Yeah. Anyway, they don't look curved from over here though.
No,
they are.
Good.
I swear. No. I promise. I showed somebody, and they were on a screen, and they were like, "Those look small." And I was like, no, they're not small. They're actually really good size. They're just curved.
Yeah.
From across the room, they look tiny. Whoa, right there, 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 there. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, but I'm having a blast with the whole work from home thing, for the most part. The feeling like a
Yeah.
prisoner in your own home part isn't fun. I really thought I'd have a little more extra time to like do stuff, and instead I find myself like having to set timers for my breaks, especially if I have a meeting right after a break. Because so far I'm always early on the office day, like by like a half an hour, because so far it's always been sunny mornings and it's just a pleasant drive, and I drive a little fast, so it's all back roads, so I hit the corners fast, and then I end up there way earlier than I expected, and everybody else shows up late, even though they live local to down there. I'm the only one that commutes from an hour away, and but then whenever it comes to an online meeting, I'm always like showing up like 2 minutes late. And of course, with a meeting, if you show up 2 minutes late, all of a sudden everybody's talking, and it's like, oh wow, I just missed a bunch of stuff. Like meetings always seem like they've been taking place for a very long time without you. If you show up just a minute or two late, what's that all
Yeah.
about?
So, yeah, I couldn't decide what to ride this morning, Harold. And the route of the week was just dangling there, and thought, okay, well, that's only 20 minutes, so we'll go and do that one.
16 miles, holy moly. Is that the weekly climb? $5,000 feet of climbing. That's a pretty nice one.
No, there's a climb event going on. Climb of the week's small.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's that one. Okay, yeah, the like tour climb one, right?
Yeah, the tour climbing thing. Why am I struggling to keep
Well,
up with Maria?
I think all of them are fast. I've been hearing some stuff once in a while on the old streams there, people complaining about it getting awfully fast.
I got the pop-up yesterday saying that I had 1,625 kilometers to go to my next upgrade on the Trombay. I think that'll get me to level
That's it.
4. Yeah, I know, right? There's a month of riding.
Ride on.
Not the riding I've been doing lately.
Mm.
This is actually
So,
probably like my first time on Zwift since 2 weeks or something. So I've only done outdoor rides, and I've
well,
barely done those.
at least with
I've gained weight though.
riding yesterday, I got to keep my streak savers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think mine are intact. Oh yeah, because I rode outside. Yeah.
Ride on.
Yeah, I've been focusing on doing strength stuff in between work. Like if it's a day that allows it, I'll like go and do a core circuit every hour and a half or so, and then on the breaks I'll do a little bit longer with some like squats and stuff. And then during my lunch, I go and hit the basement gym and do some chest and back work. And I've been doing that to try to like keep from getting sore, because I get my lower back bothers me if I sit too much. And so I got to stay strong. It's the only thing that fixes it. But
Yeah, stay strong, Rick.
man, between doing that and maybe the amount of sitting, I don't know, but I have gotten back to my comfortable weight, that's for sure. I weighed myself this morning, I was 162.
My comfortable weight and where I'd like to be are two different things. So,
Yeah.
Carol says that the rides are called the XP Express.
Okay. The XP Express.
Yeah.
Well,
they missed out on an opportunity there. They could have just called them the Express and capitalized the X and the P that are together in Express.
Or just the Express. Yeah, well,
yes,
same thing.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. They missed it. And I don't know. I question Zwift and their creative department. Or maybe they don't involve their creative department in these things.
No, right? They should hire us.
They bring the executive board around and they're like, what should we name this? And they're like, I don't know. So what's going on? And then I tell them, and then they go, let's just call it the XP Express. Yeah, just call it what it is. Their original idea was double XP ride. But then they were like, well, we should probably spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's boring. No, boring, try again.
Yeah, I called it that was about to happen when I said I wasn't going to be at that ride yesterday. Boring, try again. And I was like, that's it, I'm putting this away. Happens every time. When Pat called yesterday on Facebook Messenger for the...
I missed that call.
I saw it, but I didn't answer it because I was like, I knew what it was. I've had enough of these bad boys. But then I was about to say, I was trying to find the right way to word it. But when he said pocket dial, I was just going to say, like, is that us in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see us? But that just didn't make any sense because that's too many. It's too many us's. Just doesn't have a ring to it, you know?
Yeah.
So I liked the conversation was mostly about lint. And what was it? What did Chris say? Something about, mostly talked about lint and pocket change or something like that. Coins and lint.
I had a good chat with a guy in Canada on my radio yesterday. It was about 20 minutes before conditions said, you're done.
Right on.
Let's see if Grace is up. She's in end of the school year mode now, where she went to a get together at her friend's house at a lake. Very nice place. She drove there. After 3 hours of riding with her, I felt like I could go to sleep. And it was like 5 o'clock. But anyway, different topic. And I don't even know what time she got home. I'm sure it was late. She seems to be doing this. Getting home late and then waking up late and rushing. For some reason, she has the most soothing alarm. She says she has it because she doesn't like to be shocked awake. But then the amount of times I've gone up there and it's just going off and she's sleeping. It's more like a sleep aid than an alarm. So then I showed her, you remember that guy in the bathrobe that did the wake up your new morning alarm thing during COVID?
No.
It was like a DJ, and just remember the first time seeing him, I was like, what even is this? But I told her she should get that one.
Ride on. Ride on.
All I know is my alarms, like, I can hear them during the day and they make my heart skip a beat. Like, my body fills with cortisol every time I hear that thing. Immediately. That's an alarm.
Well, I guess it'd be more of an alarm if your body filled with adrenaline when it hears it.
Well, that too.
All right, coffee, stop. Get me up this climb.
Ride
I
on.
don't fancy doing this.
Went and used my coffee stop at the wrong time. Now I could use it to go wake up Grace, but instead I'm trying to do it from the phone.
All right,
Which
I'll go
probably
wake her
isn't
up.
gonna
I'm
work.
taking a coffee stop. I'll go.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah, anytime.
And then I sent, "Are you awake?" in a message, and then I exited out. Then I got a reply, or I saw that Kim sent me a text message, and she said, "Yes." And I'm like, what is she saying yes to? Did I ask her a question last night or something? And I looked and I had asked her, "Are you awake?" So far it's not going well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be a
Then
little
I asked
concerned
her,
if you sent that to Grace and she said no.
"I am not awake." I did that the other day to Ashley. "Are you awake?" I said, "No, I'm currently sleeping. But if you text back in the morning, I'll probably answer."
Copy Maria here. Involuntarily, without even trying.
Well, now I'm way ahead. I guess this happens on outdoor rides sometimes, where on the hills you're good, and once you get to like some downhill sections, if you aren't on it, you can get left behind a bit.
Yeah. Well, there goes Maria.
But Maria, I should never be left behind with Maria. It's making me feel like, has it really been that long since I rode a bike? I've lost that much fitness?
20 seconds. Come on, you can get to the top so I don't have to pedal on any climbs. Come on, do it, do it. Almost there. I'm going to have to pedal a bit.
Oh, look at that. Now, twitches. is working with Amazon to try to sell me computer monitors. I do love the way that Amazon's so great like that. Like, I've never received so many advertisements for espresso makers until after I ordered my espresso maker.
Yeah.
And it was like, does this form of marketing actually work? You know, I get that it's all like AI, but
You've got one. Get another.
yeah, like, do people do that? Do they go, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe one $500 espresso maker wasn't enough. This was all Eric Schlonge's fault because he started talking about espresso makers when I was talking about starting my job. Somehow we got onto espresso, and I was like, ooh, that'd be kind of a cool thing for when I'm working, because I've been buying espresso or lattes in the morning, and maybe I'd save money if I just buy a machine. You know, eventually that'll pay off pretty quickly, actually, within 100 days, if not less.
A third of a year.
Although if I have 2 a day, then now we've dropped it down to 50 days. That thing's paid off by the end of summer. But the other than espresso beans being pretty expensive. But yeah, he was talking about it, and I was like, well, I guess if I'm not brewing beer anymore, I should just learn how to brew coffee, brew espresso, and make drinks. So now I've switched to a whitening toothpaste.
Because of all of the espresso that you drink.
Yeah. I've gone from a non-coffee drinker or an occasional coffee drinker. Like, I went from the kind of coffee drinker that, like, I'd only drink coffee if I'm going on a trip or something, you know, like, get a coffee while I'm driving. And then regret it because then I have sweaty palms and all that stuff.
Yeah, I might have had a Pepsi or two as I was struggling to stay awake in sessions at Cisco Live. Oh, I won a stroopwafel in one of the sessions.
Ooh.
No, the IPv6 troubleshooting session that I went to on Thursday morning. It was the presenter was really good. Just the right amount of humor and fun stuff in a presentation to keep you engaged, and she's from the Netherlands, and she brought a pile of stroopwafels. And if you asked a question, or if you answered something that she asked, then you got a stroopwafel and a flag for your pass.
You just wanted to huck a stroop, that's all.
So,
or did she actually bring them over?
On one of her slides, she has a picture of this tablet that Cisco released back in 2011 called the Cisco CS.
Oh, nice.
And she said, anyone know what these are? Anyone seen this before? I said, yep, Cisco CS released in 2011. So I got my stroopwafel and flag.
Stroop, there it is. I would have a lot of fun with that. If I happened to know her and I knew she was going to be presenting, I would be like, can I be the stroop guy? Please, please, please. I'd be hucking stroops at people. Be like, you get one right, it's like, shing, I'm throwing it like a frisbee at you. I'd be like, we gotta tape the flags to the stroop. She'd be like, why? I'd be like, you'll see. You'll see. What are those called? What are the feathers on an arrow? Can't even think of the name of them. Fins? Are they just fins? I don't know. But anyway, it would be like that. it'd be the stabilizing device, so I could really lob it up and just send it down at someone. Just the flag flapping behind. So is it a Dutch flag or a Cisco flag?
Oh, so it's just a. I'll have to send you a picture. So it's just a little sticky thing that you stick on the bottom of your pass.
Okay.
And then I went to another one in the straight after that was amateur radio related.
Really?
And he had flags that you wrote your call sign on. So I said, I've got 2 call signs. Can I have 2 flags? He said, yep. So I got 2 flags and I put my US and my UK call signs on them.
So last week was the second quarter meeting for the entire company at Athena. They're doing very well, first of all. I mean, a lot of, like, their cash tends to be more, their cash on hand tends to be more based on, you know, how the doctor's offices are doing, and which of course, like during flu season, tends to be a better time of the year and all that stuff, because they get paid per transaction. Yeah. But the numbers look good, lots of green numbers, and the ones that weren't green, it was just because of that. And it's definitely a company that's on a pretty fast growth right now. They're in it's like 11% growth they're projected. But anyway, so then they're talking about how they're currently working to make everything AI integrated. So anyway, it was interesting because I'm like, you know, on week 2 of training for my job, and I'm sitting here watching the AI director talking about how.
Wait, what? Hold on, time out. Your director's AI?
Well, there's an AI director, yeah. Yes, well, they could be. I don't know. That was the thing. Like the CEO, Bob, he was talking about, like, you know, AI is.
That is such a cool name for a CEO. CEO yes. Bob.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And they call him Bob. It's great. But then, which makes it even better when you say things like I like to say. But it was like,
you've got to say it like Rowan Atkinson. Bob.
He was talking about how you know, AI has gotten good, and like how you have to watch. He was talking more on the watch out AI type things, where it's like, you know, you never know if someone could use my face and, you know, do whatever. To which then he was like, all right, so now I'll take some questions from anyone, which was all the people who were at the headquarters in Boston. And my first question to the group that I was with was, how do we know that's really Bob? which then, you know, some people chuckled, other people looked at me like, oh,
it's
like
really
they didn't get it. Sometimes it's so serious there. It's insane. But the people who do laugh at those things, Corporate Rick still jokes around. Wait, is that Julius?
Yes.
I didn't know if it was some other Julius. Oh, I feel like I need to call.
Right on.
But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the person who was talking about the AI, they were like, so we're looking to integrate it into everything. Like they already have a beta thing that they're testing, which my doctor's office uses, which essentially they ask your permission to use AI to record your office visit, and it transcribes everything that you're saying, and then also like works as the doctor's co-pilot to like pull things up on the screen that they need during that time.
Yeah.
And it definitely makes everything very efficient and streamlined. And then also helps out like the rest of the Athena process. But in the process of this, I'm like, is this person talking about how I'm going to lose my job that I'm training for right now? But then the next one was them talking about now is the time that, you know, some people
Right on.
will lose their jobs in the way they know them now. But as long as you start early on learning AI and integrating it into your work, then, you know, you will have a position, you'll find something else to do, and they have tons of resources. So yesterday I spent the beginning of the day going through all that stuff. So I haven't really used AI much other than relationship advice, because it's like the best person to talk to about relationships, because it just, you know, it's not taking a side.
Yeah.
It has no emotions.
I don't know what Honda was trying to say there, but I'm guessing he's agreeing with me.
Andy show, whoa, right.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I'm guessing he's agreeing with me. So.
Or maybe he's like, Andy show, whoa, right? Does he not pronounce it? Oh, you would take a picture with a diamond ramp? Or
No,
would you?
no, I have to be very careful how much I'm going to spend if I go in a micro center. I mean, the last time I went in a micro center, there was all kinds of things, all kinds of shiny stuff. So.
And they had did they have the credit card offer there? You can get the micro center card.
So I go through the
We'll
checkout.
Take $100 off today's order.
I go through the checkout and he asked me for my phone number. I said, I'd rather not. He said, email. I said, I'd rather not. He said, but that's how we send you your warranty information.
I'd like to know nothing of anything.
I don't care. I don't need a warranty on this.
Honestly, sir, I would like to let
it's
you
like
know
I
that
broke
have
his
a problem.
process. I broke his process. He had to have something.
Yeah.
He couldn't understand why I wouldn't give them to him, because I don't want spam.
Yeah. I thought it was that you're going to have to admit that you had a problem and that you don't need that. The worst thing for a crackhead is to give their drug dealer their email address. They'll just get all sorts of spam about buying crack.
Yeah, that's right, Harold. Definitely takes your side, so you keep using it.
Yes. Actually, yesterday I was having a little bit of an issue, or last few days, and I talked to AI, but it was also very like, I don't try to tell my side too much. I'm typically like, knowing that I'm doing something wrong, I just need it laid out in front of me so that I can like be like, okay, that's the reason why, and fix it. But man, ChatGPT fed me the business yesterday in a nice way.
Right on.
But it was very much like, yeah, no, you're wrong. And I was like, okay, thank you. And then I called Ashley and apologized.
Well, Harold, the AI girlfriend has been around for quite some time, but yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, actually, I listened to a podcast about that.
The only problem is the AI girlfriend can't cook and wash dishes. I guess she could order takeout, but there's no, but it can get jealous and start telling you it's going to hack you and expose you if you if you try and end the relationship. Well, we're about to do the climb again, and I haven't got a coffee stop, so I guess I'm going to have to do this one. I will have a coffee stop for the next time around if we do a next time. You've got 8 minutes. So I guess we'll get to the climb. Go for the climb. We'll do the downy bit. Probably be coming out of Jarvis. 25k.
Ride on.
My drops should fly up when we start on the climb here. 2.5 times multiplier.
It's amazing how riding along. That was one of the first things I explained to Grace because I was thinking about how
Ride
she's planning on getting my stepmom to do driving with her a lot this summer.
Yeah.
And I was like, so one thing you gotta understand is, you know how it's kind of stressful and tiring for you to be driving now that you're just starting out? That's what it's like for anybody who's sitting in that passenger seat the entire time. Because we've been doing this for a while, and we're trying hard not to say all the little things and having patience. And by the end of it, it's tiring because you're focused.
Yeah.
And so don't be surprised if at some point she's going to be like, I think I'm done for today.
Yeah.
I was like, because she has this idea to fast track everything, which she had done the math, and she was like, so if I do 2 hours a day, every day this summer, and I was like, well, then you'd have to pay the person an hourly wage. Like, I don't know what you have to cover the gas, pay them a wage, and then maybe you'd get someone to do it. That's like a work schedule right there. But apparently, the driver instructor never went through parallel parking or parking lot maneuvers. So that's what we're struggling with right now.
We spent a whole day parallel parking with Faith. Parked my truck across the end of the circle.
Actually, that's probably what we should do next, is go to a parking lot that doesn't have a bunch of cars and just practice parking in the lines, and then practice backing in, do all that sort of stuff. Because the backing up, she's having trouble with remembering which way the wheel turns, and just like being reactive on the wheel, so that makes it into a parking or a driving parking space, trying to like get the wheel straight again. She doesn't always get it straightened out in time, and I mean, she stops, but it's just not a. It's those moments where you can't trust the other drivers because, you know, if you ever touch the brakes randomly, it's going to surprise some people because they're just not expecting you to do it, and they don't plan for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to be done soon.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, there's Ian.
There's Ian.
Morning, boys.
Morning, boys.
How's it?
It's going. How about with you?
Just getting ready to jump on.
Morning, boys.
There we
it is.
go.
I don't have my mouse, so it took me a little longer. That's an excuse.
Ah,
I'm about ready to hop off. Need to get ready real
Ride
quick.
on.
Do Dad's taxi, except I'm not driving Dad's taxi today.
no, you're being taxied.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is.
Ride
And
on.
then I work. I'm pretty sure I have a meeting like right at 8.
Yeah, I haven't looked at my calendar for today yet. But I know I do not have a meeting at 6 a.m.
I have one of those tomorrow.
What is it? One of those East Coast meetings or something, and you have to tune in from where you're at?
No. Other stuff.
What kind of crazy people do meetings at 6?
It happens. You just accept it.
Yeah.
Ride on.
Is the life of career military.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right, what should I do today?
I had that same dilemma this morning.
They still aren't unionized yet.
No, you're definitely not unionized.
Stop. Now I have to move everything, so there's that extra step involved. Let me get over the hill.
So it's been fun watching this whole Maine politics thing make the national news.
Oh, really? I haven't even been paying attention.
No, me either.
Which part of it?
I guess there's some. You guys have an interesting guy running for Senate from the Democratic Party.
Oh, Graham Plattner.
Yeah.
Must be. Yeah. He is a character.
Hey there, Rob.
the ads against him are pretty intense for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely one of those races where it's like either this guy is absolutely horrible or they're just not telling the truth, or it's most likely it's somewhere in between. I mean, the fact is he's running for a political position, so he's not.
It says he's probably not a good person.
Yeah.
Right on.
But you know, I don't know. I think I'd leave my mom with him. I don't know. But according to the ads, you don't even want to do that.
Well, I think I'm going to call it at 25. I've got half a kilometre to go.
Then again, that time we flew to Houston together, my mom and I was ready to leave her with anyone. So
What have you been up to, Rob? Oh,
I'm not. Okay, back on the bike. Thank you. Looks like I have another. Well, not too much more time.
well,
So
I guess I
should
got to
still
sweat a
get
little
a
bit.
shower in real quick. Either that or I won't take a shower. All depends on how pretty I want to be on the camera today.
They call him Stinky Rick.
Is that? Might be. Once the day gets going and the sun starts really shining in through this window, though, that's when it matters, because that light illuminates. People are like, you got a little something in the corner of your mouth. Oh yeah, that's some jam.
Yeah, I've just got back from Las Vegas, Rob. I was at Cisco Live last week. So just starting again. Thankfully, I managed to keep my streak savers, so I haven't had to work on that.
Saving streaks. Yeah, what? How long has it been since I talked to you, Ian? I potentially have a brand new life since we last talked.
Yeah. So what's going on in your life?
Yeah, my wife and I had already gotten the separation, right? Last time I talked to you.
No, it's pre-that. No. I've heard about that you went to camp.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, now I have a girlfriend.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
She's awesome. She's taking it slow. I've fought a little bit because I don't like taking things slow, which is definitely one of my main issues. But she's doing a good job keeping me reined in.
Nice.
And then I left my job at the brewery, and now I am an analyst at. I don't know what kind of analyst I'm, like a remittance analyst or a data analyst. I don't know. An analyst at Athena Health. So I work
nice. Well, congratulations.
Work from home 4 days a week.
Ah, nice.
And one day at the office.
Rick is an analyst.
I am.
Is an analyst?
That's how I write it out. It's the four first letters are capitalized.
You're going to be chuckling about that all day, every time you see it now, aren't you?
I was actually thinking about that yesterday. So I was putting in my LinkedIn profile, I could go on and do the LinkedIn learning stuff, and it was like, "What is your title?" And I was like, "That's a good question." So I went and looked, and when I saw analyst, that was the first thing that popped out at me. Like, oh, well, that's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be
that's
one of my
a thing
straight face jokes.
we already joke about that quite a bit. The analysts.
That'll be the one I say it with emphasis and with a straight face. It's a joke to me, but nobody. I'm so used to it that I don't smile anymore.
I had a friend at work that's from a foreign country, and she kept ordering things off Amazon. Amazon.
Amazing, yes,
Yes.
sure
That's
is.
funny. So are you still living in the same place?
Yeah, that hasn't changed. Still have the house, and my daughter got her permit yesterday, so that's a new exciting road.
Oh,
So I don't drive anymore.
that's nice.
I just sit in passenger seats and get real stinky from the nervous sweat.
That's too funny.
Nah, I do
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good.
you might as well not.
She does a good job driving.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just little stuff like parking lot maneuvers and like just things that you would expect from a new driver. But she's cautious,
Oh,
so
good.
there's no risk of like dying or anything. The only
That's
thing I
awesome.
pointed out to her is like you should have a plan before you hit the brakes, not
Yeah.
hit the brakes to come up with a plan.
Right.
That's how you get rear-ended. There's no getting off this ride. You got to make decisions on the move.
All right, folks. Those of you that are on Twitch, I'm gonna raid Dean here. He's riding. Facebook and YouTube will pull the stream down once I've got the raid in place. So let's get that sorted. Appreciate everyone being out there. Thank you very much, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.